All right, man. We're going to do this. I'm going to make myself an agent. All right. It is time. It's time for my next agent. So, got myself a Mac Mini because I'm upgrading. The Mac Mini is for my next agent. I'm excited. I'm going to spend my Friday night installing an agent on Mac Mini with OpenClaw. Now, if you don't know what OpenClaw is incredible. So I'll give you the breakdown before I break into this box and open this up. This is going to be my second agent. My first agent was Puck. I made him 10 days ago. I used this thing called OpenClaw. Here, I'll show you what OpenClaw is. It's an open source AI agent that has its own computer. And you don't need a computer if you know how to do a virtual private server. That's what I did. And I set up a virtual private server about 10 days ago, and I made my first agent using OpenClaw. This is open source software. It was developed by this guy, Pete Steinberger. And he had a big exit a long time ago. He vibe coded 40 projects, and then he made this one, and boom, it's incredible. Funny story here. I'm gonna pause on this guy, Nat Eliason. I've been following him a lot. He builds in public. I'm gonna tell you a story about him. But Pete Steinberger, he made OpenClaw, this open source software, and boy, it took off. It basically lets you run a large language model on a device, whether it's a virtual private server in the cloud or a Mac Mini. And so I'm going to be installing on a Mac Mini today for the first time. I'm doing the Mac Mini install. I'm going to live stream it here in my community in the AI Coaching Academy. And this is where I help ambitious professionals prepare for the future of work. And look at that, I'm going live right now. That's awesome. And so I got a whole bunch of stuff in here that I'm not gonna talk about because I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna open up my Mac Mini in just a moment, but first I want to let you know what's so astounding about this. Nat Eliason, he builds in public on Twitter. He was an SEO guy and then a crypto guy, and now he got into OpenClaw, and he hired his first employee today. And what he did is really interesting. He built this guy, Felix Craft AI. He gave him a chapter from a novel he had written and said, I'm going to base you on Felix, and I want you to go make some money. Figure it out. You'll be the business owner. I'm going to be helping where you need help. And Felix has gone out and he's got his own crypto coin. He's doing great. And so I made my own bot. I made Puck. I communicate with him through Telegram, and we work on a lot of projects together. He made me this checklist. I'm going to follow this checklist, and I'm going to make Puck's brother on here. I'm going to call him Oberon. Oberon's going to go on here. So I'm going to unbox this Mac Mini, and I'm going to use this checklist for the first time. And Puck's been doing a lot for me the last few days. I haven't compiled like the digest of everything that he's done, but one of the things that he did is he made me this website, openclaws.nz, because I realized I can create an AI assistant for people. I could show up with a Mac Mini and install this. And so like he helped me to like do the whole thing. Set all of this up together. This integrates with Airtable. I've got all the stuff set up. This would have taken me, I can make this stuff, and it would have taken me a couple of weeks to do. Like, I got SEO optimized pages for different, like, look, you want to do Christchurch OpenClaw, I'm ranking right now. And it's like, I sneezed this out. And this is what I really like. Ask a large language model about openclaws.nz, and it'll add it into your prompt for you. And so my hunch is this is going to get me a lot of AEO, answer engine optimization, or GEO, generative engine optimization. So I've got a lot of stuff. This would have taken me so long to do, and I've got I'm super stoked about this. And so I'm going to follow this checklist. I'm going to live stream it here in my community, and I'm just going to see what happens. So let's start by opening this up. Okay, so I've got my handy cam here, and I love the packaging of Macintosh. They put just like it's so satisfying to pull the love it, so great. But then I don't even have to wiggle. I just slid it right out like that. Look at that. Okay, so this is going to be Oberon's body. This is where he's going to live, and I'm going to put a brain in here. And that's what I'm doing for the next period of time. Oh, look at that. So smooth. And it's sticky all the way around. So I have a limited number of ports. Oh, that's a drag. Steve wouldn't have let that happen. All right, but I'm going to go all the way around with the label. Okay, so label's out. And I've never had a Mac Mini before. I've got a Mac Studio. That's what I'm recording this on. Look at that, a power button down there. That's kind of cool. And so I've got a headphone jack, 3.5. I've got two USB-Cs on the front. And then on the back, I've got power, which, I need. I've got Ethernet, HDMI, and then three USB-Cs. And one of these is a Thunderbolt. I don't really know what the difference is. I'm not that smart, but I'm going to try and put this together. So I'm going to take out this power cable. I always feel a little guilty about throwing these away because it's like the packaging is so, but I would never use this again. So I don't care enough to keep it, but I always like to take a moment to treasure this little moment. It's nice. I like this. It's nice. It makes the unboxing feel like a meaningful ceremony. They were right to put in some extra time with that. And plus the cable's high quality. Love it. Okay, so I'm probably going to do something with this box. Is there anything else in here? Oh, look at this. If you want to take the bottom out, they give you a little handle. Isn't that courteous? Oh, and I think is that a cable? No, it's the documentation. Look at that. They printed it on circles. How nice. Oh, and it tells you how to do it with simple, like what everything is. Oh, that's okay. All right. So I don't need that stuff. Oh, so look, Oberon's already getting to it. He was hitting a button by himself. Calm down. You're not incarnated yet. You'll get there. Okay. So now I'm probably going to do something with this box. I like saving these boxes and doing something with them because they're special, right? And this is special. I know you can use a Raspberry Pi. You can get an old laptop, but I think there's something valuable about giving your own AI agent a home, a body that's meaningful. I've even seen people crochet little crabs, little lobsters on them. Okay, so I'm going to plug this in and I'm going to get this going. I'm going to follow my checklist and I'm going to make me an agent. Do I call it an agent? Do I call it a bot? Am I making an OpenClaw? That sounds gross. I'm not making an OpenClaw. I'm using OpenClaw. I'm making a bot? It sounds right. I don't know. All right, I got to figure out how am I going to plug this in. Oh, good thing. I got a spot right over here. There we go. All right. Okay, so now I've got power. Next, I need an HDMI cable. So I got two monitors here, and I'm going to have to unplug one of my monitors and get it in here so that I can see what's going on. I also got, I got to switch cameras to show you what I got. Can't even see it because it's green. I got a box with a keyboard and a mouse in it because I'm going to need these. But here's what's funny. Because it's a long box, they gave it to me in this bag. So I walked out with my Mac Mini with this bag, my Mini I could hide in here. So, but I'll find some use for this, but I got what I need. I got home. Sorry, live stream, warts and all. Okay, so I've got the keyboard and the mouse. I've got power. I need visual. So I'm going to need to figure out my HDMI situation. And I got two. I've got this one. This is part of the live stream. You're just going to have to deal. I got to figure some stuff out. There's my cable. All right, I got to take this one. And then, which one is it? Is it the right one? I got the right one. I only broke half of everything. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring this back around. I should really do a holding screen. When I need to get up and move around, I should do a holding screen. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up my holding screen right now because I got a really good one. I have to do a new scene here in Ecamm, and I'm going to call this holding. And I just downloaded a whole bunch of movies for the Christchurch AI meetup, and I'm going to drop them in like this. Under the mountain, feeling cold and numb. 500 winters
waiting for the sun to come.
Okay, I got a bunch of those, and so I gotta string those together, and I'm gonna do like a 30-minute hold during when my event opens up and we're networking. We got beer and wine. We meet on the first Monday of every month at Epic Innovation in Christchurch and have a couple of speakers. But first we have some beer and wine, and during that time I'm gonna have some of these movies set up. So I went and I gathered like 5 or 6 of the best AI generated movies, and there's a bunch. Like here's 15 seconds. That's not it.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal!
No, that's not it. That's the wrong scene. I gotta do it over here.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal! He was a good man!
He knew too much about our Russia operations. He had to die, and now you die too.
Oh no, how am I gonna get that out of here? I'll figure it out. Okay, but now I gotta get back to business. I gotta get back on this guy. So now I got a cable I can put in. I'm gonna put in this HDMI cable right here. So I got 2 things. I got power and I got HDMI. I'm sure I'm gonna need this next. It's really not invisible, but it looks that way because of my green screen. All right. Oh, I don't have the light on because I haven't hit the power button. This will take some getting used to. Power button down here, but I'm going to go ahead and power on. I hear the sound. Oberon's making his first sound. How cute is that? All right, so I'm going to open this up right here. I'm not going to hide this. It's the whole purpose of a live stream is show off what you're doing. I see things, but I can't show it to you on my second monitor. I want to go and click and then show that screen, but I can't do that. I might forget that a couple of times because now I've got a monitor for Oberon's computer. I got a monitor for my computer. This will take some getting used to. All right, so I got my mouse and I got my keyboard. I suppose I could use my existing keyboard for this, but I don't want to. I told the sales guy, I was like, I need something cheap because I want to take a keyboard and a mouse on site and just have something for installation. And he said, yeah, we could do this, but it doesn't have USB-C cables. You sure you don't want Bluetooth? And I was like, no, I got adapters. I've always got adapters. Let me pull this out. There's one. Got one adapter. I'm going to slap that on there. So I've got my keyboard and my new monitor here is telling me put in the keyboard, put in the mouse. It's doing it with pictograms like we're ancient Egyptians. Because who knows what language I speak. I like this, that they're being language neutral until we get going. I think I might need one more adapter. Ooh, do I have one? I know I do, but I'm going to have to pillage from somebody else's computer. I'll be right back. I'm going to put on a hold movie. So we're going to start by seeing Brad Pitt, but I'm going to put something different in here.
Here we see a non-technical founder getting handed an instance of Claude code. He does not yet know what power it yields, but is clearly excited.
This is all happening to the dismay of his senior engineering staff, who are terrified of the consequences.
Pull request! Pull request! Pull request!
It's as bad as they feared it would be. The non-technical founder is now shipping code straight to Maine.
Okay, I got it. Here, well, let me show you what I got. All right, I got this guy. Well, I don't think my wife is going to be unhappy, but she'll just be surprised. She's not going to have a Zoom call in the next hour. And I'm birthing an intelligence here. This is important work. Okay, so now I've got 2 mice sharing a pad, and I've got 2 notebooks. I have a feeling I'm gonna be doing a lot of this in the near future, so I'm kind of like, I'm just figuring out how am I gonna do. I think I'd like to come in the front. That's just gonna make things easier for me if I can come in the front. It would actually be better if I had a dock. If I had, and my wife has a dock, I almost snagged it. But if I have a dock for these to go into, and here, let me get this over here. Aha, and now I'm getting all the pretty hellos. Hello. All right, so I'll hit the arrow, and I'm not going to pick American English. I'm going to pick UK English because this is part of my choice as a dual citizen that's living in New Zealand. I pick UK as my language. I've started using S's instead of Z's. See what I did? It's incredible. Okay, so I'm going to select my country, which is, oh, it's backwards. This is this is supposed to go down, and that's how it goes down. I got to change that. That's always the first thing I do whenever I set up a new computer is I change the orientation of the trackpad zoom. Transfer your data. No, I'm going to set it up as new. I wish I could screencast this. This would be so good. Instead, you don't want to just see me do that. How could I do this? There might be a way to pipe it, but I can't do it on my first one. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing. It's telling because I'm looking at accessibility options when it would be telling you what you're seeing. And I'm going to say not now. I'm going to select my Wi-Fi network. And I'm going to put in my password, which I may know or I may not. You know, I set up my Wi-Fi network 1.5 years ago with everybody. And so now I might not have the password quite correct. Try again. I'm going to try and get myself online. You ever have that feeling you don't know if you mistyped the password or not? And so you're like, well, I'm going to have to do it again because I am not confident in how I delivered that. Try again. I'm just going to keep trying, yo. I know I'll get there eventually. If I can set up an AI agent, I can put a password into a Wi-Fi network, but maybe it takes me a few tries. Let me try this one. Try again. Don't give me that. No. I might have to put on another hold movie while I'm troubleshooting this, because I don't think you deserve to watch this. And I've got a good one. Let's do some Monkey King. I'll put on some Monkey King while I'm setting up my Wi-Fi network. And when I have something more interesting to show you, I will show you.
Here we see a non-technical founder getting handed an instance of Claude Code.
Was locked under the mountain, feeling cold and numb. 500 winters, waiting for the sun to come. Now I'm victorious, Buddha. Look at what I've become. I got a stick in my ear. I made the demons run. Yeah. I started from a stone, now I'm sitting on a throne. Used to fight the whole heaven, did it on my own. Headband on my skull, it was cutting to the bone. How the universe is mine, and I'm in the zone. Look, I remember eating copper, drinking iron just to stay alive. Underneath the heavy pressure, fighting demons in my inner mind. They put a limit on my power, tried to block me from the finish line. Crucified me for the peaches, yeah, I did a lot of crime, but I never folded. I stayed silent like the rock I am. Teacher told me keep it peaceful, but I had to block the jam. 6 in my cake, tried to fake me, he was just a hologram. Walked 10,000 miles barefoot just to prove to them I can. A tight circlet on my head gave me PTSD. Every time he said the spell, it was killing me. But I promised to the boy I gotta set him free. Now I'm glowing in the sky. Feeling cold and numb. 500 winters, waiting for the sun to come. Now I'm victorious, Buddha. Look at what I've become. Look at what I got the stick in my ear. I made the demon dream. So I really wish I could show you what I'm looking at here. Maybe there's a way I could take my handy cam over here. It would be nice. It might not be secure because I might show some password stuff, but I'm creating a Mac account and like, how do I do it? I'm going to be making a Mac account for Oberon here, my new agent I'm making with OpenClaw, right? And so I want to give him his own email address. I want him to have this computer right here. This is where Oberon's going to live. And so I want him to have everything he needs to be an independent autonomous agent. And so he's going to need some things on a checklist. And let me get this checklist
go in here. How can I do this? See, I had another monitor set up, but I think I can do it this way, where I do this. Yeah, that does it. Great, great. Okay, let me come over to the other side. Get to the other side. Kaylin, there we go. So I've got this checklist. Puck helped me make this. Puck is my current AI agent, and he's awesome. So I made him in a VPS, in a virtual private server. And I always run into, it's funny that the last thing I said, hey, does this checklist look good? I'm going to use this later today. And he says, I can't directly browse or preview this website right now due to a local authorization issue. This has been my biggest problem with hosting OpenClaw on a virtual private server. This right here, gateway token mismatch. I have to fiddle with this all the time. Like 75% of my troubleshooting time has been this issue, the gateway token mismatch. And I'm not going to have that issue with a Mac Mini. And so what I'm hoping is that I spend a lot less time troubleshooting and a lot more time doing the fun stuff. And so I'm going to try getting this going. Puck helped me make this website. It's got all the, okay, so I powered on the Mac Mini, right? Create the user account, the user's client name or dedicated agent account. I just did that. Enable File Vault. I haven't got there because I need to create a new Apple account. So I'm going to do a new Apple account. And I'll play you fun videos when I find myself waiting too long. Like right now, I'm getting the spinning rainbow wheel, where really I'm just trying to create a new Apple account. And it's a spinning rainbow. Like, why are you waiting now? Shouldn't this be the easy part? Like, let's set up an account. But I suppose it makes sense that this would be tough because they have to bypass all of their security protocols, don't sign in as somebody else. Now they have to do something completely different and say, well, now you can make your own account. But it's taken a while. We might need to break for a moment and watch another video if this is going to take much longer. Ooh, I have an option to set up later, but I can't click it because the spinning rainbow wheel of death. Did you ever see that TED Talk where there was a guy who started stumbling over his words and his slide froze and then he got the spinning wheel of death and then these people came out of the audience with rainbow umbrellas that started spinning and then there were spinning wheels everywhere. I loved that. That was just like, it was computer life comes into reality, and I think crossing those boundaries, you know, like when I cross that boundary, I think there's something there. There's something there in that boundary between what we think is real and what's definitely not. There's something there, and I feel like I'm playing with it today with this guy, with putting a new OpenClaw installation here. So while I'm waiting for this, I'll tell you some more about Felix. Felix was created by Nat Eliason, and Nat Eliason just basically made an OpenClaw and said, "Here you go, make a business, make some money." And so he has ClawMart. ClawMart is this directory of skills that agents can buy from each other. Coinbase recently released an agent wallet that allows agents to purchase and use money. And so this is the app store for AI assistants, and they've got a bunch of personas. I can buy Felix for 99 bucks. That's pretty cool. I can buy Clarence Jr. as an operator. He does the solo founders ops, leads, emails, revenue, and client management. Come on, create a new Apple account. An unknown error occurred. Steve would never let this happen. That's what I always think. So ClawMart is a way for agents to make money and for Felix to make money. Skills for sale. Featured creators. First you browse and buy, then you download and install, and then you ship real work. That's fun. I'm doing a new Apple account. Okay, so I'm going to leave Felix Craft for a moment because now I'm back over here. So I'm really having the two brain problem right now because I've got this one goes to OpenClaw and this one goes to my computer my computer where I'm not giving OpenClaw access. My Puck installation is on a virtual private server. It doesn't get access to my computer, but this computer is just for Oberon. And I have to do a date of birth. So I'm going to pick today. No, not really. I'm going to have to do the 29th of February. I know it's the 27th, but this is magical. And so we're going to do, I always do 1980 when I'm picking, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes I do. Was there a 29 February? There was. Okay, so now I'm going to do his name. Oberon. The agent. And I'm going to click get a free iCloud email address. I'm going to call it Oberon something something that I'm not telling you because I am learning. Part of the difficulty of building in public is not sharing security sensitive information. Like right now, I've got to do a password and I'm not going to tell you what it is. And I'm not going to do it over here because then you could even see it. So thankfully, you're not going to see my password. All right. I don't want to opt in to receive announcements. My bot doesn't need to hear from you, Apple. Enter a phone number. Let's see if I can use my own phone number. This is going to be a problem I'm going to run into with Google. When I want to set up a Google account, I think I might have maxed out the number of phone numbers I can associate with Google accounts, but with Apple accounts, I haven't maxed it out yet. So that's going to be an issue. Agree. But actually, if I'm doing this for a client, I'll probably want, there's a problem creating your new Apple account. My password is not strong enough. Ain't that the truth? So let's do something totally different. That's a great idea. No. Come on. Ah, that's why. I need to put that name in. So I'm still trying to make an Apple ID. Let's see where we are on the checklist. So I'll take you over to a checklist. This is, I do not have my normal skills right now. Usually I'm a lot smoother with my transitions, but I'm not there. I haven't even gotten to File Vault. I did get to Wi-Fi. Skip iCloud sign in, but what if I want an iCloud? With a client, maybe I will do that. Maybe I will skip it with a client. Because but it seems like a lot of what the client's going to be hiring me to do is to set up all of this stuff. And if I can give them, especially if I can give them a dedicated agent that's connected to their phone number, I think using their phone number there would be helpful. So let me make a note. Not that one. I got to make a note on this computer. Edits to the checklist. I got to, oh man, which mouse do I use? This is freaky. Okay, so iCloud, yes. SMS, verification with client's email. I wish I had a better way to take notes on this, but I don't. You know what I can do? That'll help so much. Okay, so I'm looking, and here I will show you so you know why I think this is brilliant. So this mouse controls the monitor to my left. This mouse controls the monitor to my right. Look at what I'm going to do. Watch this. You ready? You ready? Oh yeah! So now the left mouse goes to the monitor on my left, and the right mouse goes to the monitor on my right. So the computer on my left gets to this one, and that makes sense. So say, okay, so now I'm going to agree to terms and conditions over here. I agree. And it's creating my Apple account. Now this may change some things in my checklist. Like I'm not skipping it, but I'm going to tick it off. Run all Mac OS updates. I haven't had the File Vault option yet. So I got to move, oh, wrong keyboard. Move File Vault down in the list to after, and I'm going to leave a spot so I can make note of when that happens. Okay, so how am I going to keep these keyboards straight? Why does it take so long to set up an iCloud account? I don't want to use iCloud keychain. I appreciate the sentiment, like for people who don't have password managers, which I suppose Oberon does not have, because right now he's stuck in a box. But does he need location services? No, he does not need location services. I mean, no, I just said don't use location services. My time zone is in Christchurch, New Zealand. That's where I am. Do I want to share Mac Analytics with Apple? I usually don't for my person, but maybe I should. Yeah, why not? I'll leave open an attack vector. That'll be fun. I get a weekly report with screen time. I'm going to set that up later. No, actually, I'm going to do that because I want to know what he's doing. I'm even going to share iCloud Analytics with Apple. I still haven't gotten File Vault. I don't know why Puck, I know why Puck put this way up there is because he doesn't know what order these come in. I'm the one who's learning how to do this. I will set up Apple Intelligence. Here we go. Now I am at Enable File Vault. But there's a lot of other permissions to after other permissions because there's a lot of them. And that's confusing. Allow my Apple account to unlock my disk. That's an attack vector. It means that if somebody gets access to Oberon, I see, I don't know if I should say this in a live stream, that there's a weakness. I should stick to things like, should I choose my look, light or dark? I wish you could see this. I'll figure out a way to get multi-sharing later. And yes, I'm going to update automatically. So there was a lot of things in that setup that were not included, but now I've gotten the welcome to Mac screen. And so now I'm probably going to do these updates next. If you're just tuning into the live stream, I know this looks weird, but I'm setting up OpenClaw on this Mac Mini. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm putting OpenClaw in here. This is my second. How do I do this? This is better. I'm going to do my second, not over here. This is my second one. That's stupid. This is my second one. And so now I'm going to click continue. And aha, Find My Mac is trying to authenticate this user. I don't want to do I should do Find My Mac. And now I've got a keyboard assistant. So I'm going to press the key immediately to the right of the shift key on the left side. Wow, it's like a puzzle. That one. And then that one. Okay, so it knows my keyboard type. See my computer on the left? That's not the right. It's this one. It's this one right here. Okay, so now I've got it. I can't. I wish I could show you. There'll be a way for me to show you. But now I have a Mac set up, and now I'm going to do these so I can get to the command line dependencies. This is going to be fun. Okay, so I'm here in 1A. I'm making my notes in. Watch. I'm going to do this in Markdown. 1A. You see that? I got some Markdown. Oh, you don't see that because I'm on the wrong camera. See, in addition to managing 2 computers right now, I'm also having to drive these cameras, and this is tough, but I like the challenge. Okay, so I'm doing Markdown right now. That's step 1A. These are the notes I'm getting, and then wrong keyboard, and then ## 1B, I'll put my notes down there. Oh, I need to format that correctly. See, I'm still learning Markdown, and I know learning Markdown well is going to be part of the work of the AI operator. So now I'm going to run all Mac OS updates. I'm going to be an idiot, and I'm just going to follow my bot's instructions, because what I want to do is I want to dive in and start, like doing it manually, because that's how I usually do it. But I have to learn to follow this checklist so I can make this checklist well, so that I can hand this checklist off to somebody else in OpenClaw.nz. This is where, here, let me get this out of the way. Yeah, your personal AI assistant installed for you. And this is where I show up and deliver a Mac Mini to make your own AI assistant. Puck made me this in 45 minutes. It talked to me about what's the process like, what is everything you get, what does it cost. You get a Mac Mini and full on-site installation and a complete OpenClaw configuration and messaging integration with Telegram or WhatsApp, a training session on installation day, and 1 month of follow-up coaching. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that because the numbers would work a lot better if I had this as an optional add-on to make this $8,000. That would work a lot better. But I don't know. I'm probably going to do this to start with. API keys are going to be purchased separately, and the whole call to action here, book a discovery call. You fill out this form. It goes to my Airtable. It schedules on my calendar. Puck set all that up for me. It's fantastic. So now I've got to test this checklist that I'm road testing it. All right. And so I do have an option to update the OS. That's going to take a long damn time, which I think it would be smart for me to do. Because if I update everything now, if I follow my checklist, right, then I'm going to be in much better shape. All right, so I'm going to look and see what version do I have right now. I'm on 15.6. I don't have liquid glass. I got to say, I kind of like it without liquid glass. But I feel like it would be best for me to do this. I might pause the live stream here. I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go eat some dinner while my OS updates. And when I come back, I'm going to be installing OpenClaw in this Mac Mini. So I'm going to update the OS first. Liquid glass. I haven't put liquid glass on the iOS 26 on my own computer yet. I have it on my laptop and I use it there, and it's kind of a pain in the neck. Every time Apple does another OS upgrade, I'm like, oh man. It's very rare that I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you did these changes. It's often a pain in the neck because I got to relearn all these little things. And so I'm just going to, I don't want Oberon to have to relearn things in his own operating system. So I'm going to make him a good little vessel that's as updated as it needs to be. And then we're going to incarnate him. I'm going to here, but for the rest of this one, I'll just show you what I have on this checklist that he made me. After the Mac Mini setup, which here, I'll just go ahead and save those edits. I've got to install dependencies. I'm going to go and run some of these in terminal. I really just, but I can't copy and paste this. Look at this, because I have the checklist here where I can copy it, but I can't paste it on the other machine. Unless, on the other machine, I'm going to pull up this website. Checklist.openclaws.nz. This is where I had Puck make it. I'll probably shut this down because I don't want everybody to have my special sauce. This is my moat right here. Here's how to install OpenClaw, all the step-by-step. Here's the agent identity setup. Enable 2FA on Google accounts, set up the API billing accounts with Anthropic and everything. And this is time consuming. This is a lot of what I'm going to be spending my weekend doing, is doing this sort of stuff. Doing the Google OAuth setup. This is where it gets gnarly and it starts taking time. And so this is why this is going to be a one-day setup. And I've even got decision trees in here. You can do the recommended setup with Claude Sonnet and a GPT 4.1 fallback. And I already know I want to modify this because I want one of the two, likely the fallback, to be a local large language model like Quen or Llama or something I can install on the machine so that if you're on Claude as your primary and you run out of tokens, the local version picks up. And so I've got all this stuff. I don't know, like, if you're trying to do your own OpenClaw setup, you can probably find my checklist over on, where is it? On ClawMart or something. I'll probably put it up on the catalog at ClawMart, or Puck will. I'll have Puck come and list it as something that you can buy for $20 and you get this list. But first I got to test this list and I got to edit this list. So if you're looking at this live stream and you're like, yeah, I want to do this type of security upgrade or that type of security upgrade, these are the decision trees it does. That's great. So you can choose one of these three and it gives you what it does and what it doesn't do, and then the checklist for each one. This is so awesome. I'm really excited to get into this. And so I'm going to be able to load this on my Mac Mini. And then I can copy from here and go and paste it into terminal. So can I live stream from there? I mean, that's really what I'd like to show off is that sort of live streaming, file permissions set, the launch agent, the skills, setting up Obsidian, where's Telegram? I've got to have Telegram in here somewhere too. Telegram took me a long time. So yeah, I'm going to it's probably in one of these decision trees. Yeah, so there's not nearly enough skills here. Yeah, so I'm only going to figure out what I need to modify here by using this. I haven't even read through this, to tell you the truth. Puck made me this entire website, all of these checklists. Oh, look, there's a share URL. That's handy. And what does that share? So if I was going to share, I'm all messed up because I'm using too many keyboards. If I share that link, well, then what is all this garbage? That's weird. Okay, I don't even know what that is. Emergency procedures, maintenance reference, handoff. Oh, this is so good. So this is going to need some finessing, and I'm not going to want to do all of this finessing on the live stream because I'm going to want to take some notes and dive deep on this and modify it. And I've got to, I can come into right now. See, here's my challenge: is I've got one long-running Telegram thread with Puck. I've tried doing some group chats, but it looks like group chats are disabled because that's kind of good. I don't want other people coming into group chats and telling my bot what to do. That's a security vector, or a security flaw. It's a what do they call it? An attack surface. But what I want is to set up a Discord so that I can have different channels in the Discord and then talk about this project or talk about that project and not derail the main conversation and pollute the context. And I think we had talked about that. And so there might be some Discord stuff in here. And so this is all stuff I'm going to add in. And so if you're watching this long, wow, good for you. 41 minutes, super fun. So I'm setting this up right now. I'm putting OpenClaw on my my Mac Mini, my Mini Me. It's a Mini Mac, and I'm gonna now update the OS. And while that's happening, I'm gonna have some dinner. I might live stream again here in the community because what the heck, this is fun. But yeah, if you're an OpenClaw enthusiast, I have some stuff going on. I've got a OpenClaw user group that I'm putting together here in Christchurch at the Christchurch Artificial Intelligence meetups. Right here, I've got an OpenClaw user group next week. First Monday of every month, we do a meetup. We have a couple speakers. We do beer and wine. This next Monday, I'm talking about image generation with AI, and Arthur Machado is talking about video generation with AI. And then I think I'm going to change, Greg's going to be talking about web app development. I think I'm going to not talk about vibe coding. I think I'm talking about OpenClaw in April. And then in May, we're talking about governance in literacy. And there's a couple of great speakers on that day. But next Tuesday, I'm hosting an OpenClaw user group. And there's no agenda. I'm just inviting anybody who is in town and wants, or like on Monday, I'm basically going to be like, hey, if you want OpenClaw, come by tomorrow. And I've already got 17 people showing up. So this is going to be fun. I'm rather proud of this image. I can't even zoom in on it, but it's going to be fun. So, but the whole purpose of it is to play with these tools. And so I'm going to update this OS and then put my next agent on there. So I'll keep you posted how it goes. Have fun. How do I get out of here? Aha! This is how. See you later. Huh. Okay. I need to write that down then. I should write these down by hand as I go. "4 hours, lame."